The Black Swan. According to different sources and seeing budget, we could definitely say that it's really successful and good film. However, every single dancer which I've ever met and asked about this film, I all the time get the same answer.
Oh, hell no!
So how it can be that the dance world didn't accept it, however all the public was completely excited from this and a great work. So, what is this film about? Swan Lake? Definitely not. Because in Swan Lake there is two different personages, Odette and Odile. And yes, it's the same ballerina because she should look the same, but not to be the same. But actually it's completely different personages. So maybe about ballet? And again not, because the ballet has shown very bad. For example, open hair during the rehearsal. Violin is playing during the rehearsal. Seriously, violin playing is during the rehearsal. Where? And most important question, why? Director is not homosexual. Seriously? Is it possible nowadays? So maybe about perfection, artists and obsession. Maybe, but only partly. Or maybe it's about a little girl which is trying to get an adult. Too many questions, but let me show why I didn't like this film. First of all, this film doesn't create a dance atmosphere. I personally get mega tired of close-up and middle shots. What I mean, in every film we have three main perspectives: long shots, middle shots and close-up. In this film they're based on close-up, middle shots and sometimes long shots. So even in TikTok, 90% of all the videos are made for the long distance because you want to see the whole body, you want to see the environment. It's a movement in this space. So this film completely, entirely doesn't create a dance atmosphere. And if you don't believe me, try to remember how looks her apartment, how looks theater. Is it village or city?
I don't know. That's nice.
Secondly, to use all the cliches, white and pink, innocent and virgin, why? We need to understand, all ballet dancers work hard to discover their own body. And that she didn't masturbate until age 18, it's very hard to believe. And you need to understand that every theater has their own hierarchy. Principal dancers, soloist, half soloist, corps de ballet. And if she is new in the theater, she will automatically be in the corps de ballet, because director and ballet master want to see how she works, what she can, if they can trust her, and many other things. And of course, sometimes happen that the young dancers are so damn talented that they immediately get soloist contract. This is more the exception than the rule. These young dancers already won a couple of competitions and definitely they will not have this character. All pink, live with the mom and never masturbated. We need to remember that to be a ballet dancer, it requires a lot of the working hours, a lot of discipline and a high resistance to pain. So technically this film didn't bring us inside the theater or any ballet atmosphere. So what this film is about? About how girl become a woman? If yes, then I personally didn't like the approach. Because to become a woman you definitely need to be a bitch? Drugs, alcohol, spontaneous sex, fight with your parents? Seriously? I think it's much harder to work hard, to be patient, to meditate, to control yourself. To be a woman means drink, smoke, behave like a whore? Or just maybe, it's much better if the woman stay kind when the whole world collapse? To raise educated kids, to be a great support in the family. But who am I to understand it if I'm white hetero man?
You're goddamn right.
This film has shown us destructive behavior and cover all this bullshit in the cost of perfection. But what is perfection? If we will slow down this film, then anyway she will go through all this. And of course, as a human being, we need to gather different experience to understand ourselves better. But to be an asshole doesn't make you free. So from my perspective, this film is about destructive behavior to get the perfection. And fortunately, with this type of behavior, people don't live long. And if you want to watch a good film about destructive behavior, then I will recommend you Knocking on the Heaven Doors. And in case if you want to watch the film about obsession, then I will recommend you Whiplash.
Enough.
Bye.